Hi, ladies and gents. Welcome to SBZ Space. Grateful for this opportunity yet again. Today's video, we are going to discuss the propaganda from the USA, from the land of big opportunities, as they say, as they claim. The propaganda of the war between the US and Iran. Obviously, in the middle is the Israel. So, ladies and gents, please, without wasting any time, let us check this video out. Then I will put my comments on what this propaganda is about.
For everyone genuinely believing Western media propaganda about what's going on in Iran, they lied to you about Vietnam with the Gulf of Tonkin incident used to justify war. They lied to you about South Africa by supporting apartheid for years and calling it stability. They lied about Kuwait with false testimony to sell the Gulf War. They lied about Iraq. There were no weapons of mass destruction. They lied about Afghanistan. Internal documents, which you can access yourself, showed officials knew the war was not winnable. That progress was being exaggerated to the public for years. We struggled in Afghanistan. They lied to you about Colombia under the guise of war on drugs while fueling violence against Colombians. They lied about Venezuela through sanctions and narratives around intervention. They lied about Libya, claiming it was about protecting civilians, and it turns into a regime change. They lied to you about Syria, constantly shifting narratives around who we were actually supporting. They lied to you about Yemen while backing a humanitarian crisis. They lied about the DRC, ignoring and enabling exploitation and genocide tied to resources. They lied about Sudan, downplaying involvement and strategic interests. They lied to you about Palestine, framing occupation and violence as self-defense. What on earth makes you think they are telling you the truth about Iran? The United States loves to talk about how Iran can't have weapons, but who gave them to them? You ever heard of the Iran-Contra affair in the 1980s? The United States secretly sold weapons to Iran, even though we publicly considered Iran an enemy. And we had an arms embargo in place. They were not supposed to have weapons. And then they took the money they got from selling those weapons and illegally funded a war in Nicaragua behind the Congress and the public's back. Became one of the biggest scandals in political history, triggered congressional investigations, led to indictments, convictions of multiple officials. No? And all while this is even still happening, Iran was still treated like an enemy publicly. So if that happened then, what makes you think everything happening now is being fully told to you? Open your eyes.
Ladies and gents, welcome back. As you have heard, the USA is the biggest propaganda machine that we could ever have in this world. White supremacy, it's a pain down there. So the evil of evils is white supremacy, coupled with capitalism. So this propaganda, it is being pushed so that they can control the world, control the narrative. Basically, they appoint themselves as God, if there is a name like that. So, ladies and gents, you can judge for yourself. You know the truth from the lie. The social media right now is putting things up straight. But if you are watching, or maybe you are getting your information from the mainstream media, you have been lied to, because mainstream media has been controlled by those who control the narrative. Ladies and gents, I can attest that South Africa apartheid was being in fact funded by the US, typically IBM. Because remember, IBM, it is a company from America. They've been funding apartheid for some time. Yet, behind our backs, they act like our saviors. This book that they are using is the book that has been used all over Africa as back as many centuries back. They've been playing this city scratch for too long. So, I can say that the only thing that a white man knows is to be evil, lie, and backstab as much as they can, and live off others and pretend that they are superior while they are the opposite. So, before I can say anything, brothers and sisters, please like and share this video and subscribe if you have not, so that I can be able to reach more people. So, what I can say again is that white supremacy is a machine that creates poverty, creates chaos. And from my point of view, we won't have any peace as long as this system exists. We won't have any peace. And many families, many countries, many nations will be without peace, and chaos will become more and more as we go along and accept this system to be part of us. For us to be free, we have to do as Iran has done. We have to kick back. Africa needs to learn from this. Iran and Russia, if I may say, even China, they've fought against this beast that comes from the USA. And they are not afraid of the consequences that will come after. But for Africa, what I see is that the only thing, or some of the things that are holding us back, but most importantly, is the puppet leaders that we have that always love to support the puppet master. That's the most critical thing that is hindering our progress as Africans. And another thing is that many of us are still asleep. We still follow the mainstream media. We still see America propaganda as the proper narrative. So, ladies and gents, we need to be researchers. We need to wake up. We need to take things to ourselves. The propaganda that has been pushed by the West is the worst thing that will happen to us, and is the greatest evil that mankind can face. We have had Iraq, there have been propaganda against it in terms of the weapons of destruction, Afghanistan, recently Venezuela, drugs. So these things, America is trying to make itself as a world's big brother or world's savior, whilst we know that it is the most evil led country by the most out of touch leaders and haters of humanity that they are. I'm not, in fact, I haven't created this video to hate, but I've created this video so that one day it may be viewed and someone may gain something from it. Ladies and gents, without wasting any time, let us open our eyes and stop following the narrative. Please like and share if you haven't. Please comment on the comment section. And let us spread the word. Let's spread the love. Until the next video, I love you. Peace.